Hello, everyone. Let me hop on my iPad here so I can see the chats, and Katie's working on hers too. Hope everyone's had a wonderful day. Let's see. Where
Do you
are
think I need
we?
to move it over a little bit, Martha?
I can see you well. How's everybody else? Can everybody else see? How's the sound? How's everything sound? I see you great because I can see you on here.
Yep.
All right. So let's go ahead and just say hello to everybody in the chat. We got all kind of everybody in here tonight. All right. Hello, Pat. Hey, Sean. Hey, Donna. Hi, Melissa. And Linda. Hello. And Pat and Amy and Susie and Della. All right. And Katie. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you all tonight. Thank you so much for being here. So what we wanted to do tonight is we wanted to work on our Moda blockheads number 5. We're going to work on block number 6. Last week we got to do block number 5, and here's mine. And then Katie's going to have a minute and she's going to show you hers. If she got it done, I'm not sure if we got it done. Talked about that part of it, Katie. But here's number 5 from last week, and then here's the other ones that I've gotten done so far. So what we wanted to do tonight, that's what we're going to work on, but we're going to make this live just a live where we want to honor Harper. If any of you do not know who Harper is Donna from Handmade by Ying with Donna. It's her granddaughter. Right now she needs all the well wishes, the love, the support, and the prayers that she can get. So what we wanted to do tonight on this live is just have this live in her honor. I don't have super chat yet because I don't have that function, because I'm not at 1,000 subscribers. I will get there eventually. So I don't have the super chat. I don't have that function where you can give. If you are on Facebook, you can go to the Facebook page, Harper Strong. All the information that you need to know is there, or you can just reach out to Donna and she will contact you as well. And so that's what we wanted to do. We just wanted to have a sew along tonight in her honor, to let everybody in our community, in our quilting community, know that when one is hurting, whether we know about it or not, we're here to support and love each other. So without further ado, Katie.
Hi, everybody. Glad y'all made it tonight. So yeah, we're going to be working on another block. I didn't finish the other one yet.
That's okay.
I've had my hands full this past few days.
Yes, you have. You've had your hands full. I think we all have had our hands full, right?
Yeah. Yep. I've been working on some other stuff that needed to be taken care of.
Yeah, there's always things that we need to take care of. So I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick the block that we're working on. It's block number 6. How many more do we have left, Katie, to work on?
I don't know. I just know it's sometime in December.
Let's see. Let me grab my little handy dandy 3-ring binder.
Yeah, I don't have the I think that's in my other room, all the extra information.
We're on week number 7, so it only shows we've got 11-1, which is week 8, and then 11-8, which is week 9, and then on 11-15 we wrap it up. So it's less than a month, and this particular Moda Blockhead 5 series for this year, for 2023, will be done, and then they're gonna you know more information about next year.
What's going to happen is those who are going to go ahead and do the smaller one by just using the blocks that have already been made, we'll do that. And the rest of us who want to continue on, they'll start back up in January, and I think there's about 6 months worth of it, and we'll end up with several blocks to put into a bigger quilt.
I think it'll be really nice. It'll be fun to do. Okay, does anybody have any questions before we get started? Got a lot of people just chit-chatting in the chat, so hi everyone. Glad you're here. So I do have a different setup. I don't know if y'all have noticed it or not. I have a board behind me.
Yeah, I
This
noticed that.
sister-in-law, Stephanie, yeah, she got me this, and we finally, I did some rearranging in my room, this past weekend before I had a killer headache come on Saturday. I got in here and just changed everything up because my daughter and I, when she comes to visit, she has her it's the room is long, so she has her side over here, it's got her bed and all that good stuff so that she has her space when she comes to visit us up here in Alabama, and then on the other side is all my sewing stuff. Well, I've been needing a really nice background, and I'm working on my large piazza quilt, trying to get it together because we're going to put that on our bed. And my husband's like, "You have one of these things? Let's put it together." So I was like, "I don't know where I'm going to put it." So we found the right spot to put it. So now it's behind me. So when I'm on uh, doing a live, I can actually have things up here. So this one here was the first one I did, the bonus block. Then number one, skip two and three, just because of life, and then there's four, and then five, and then we're doing number six tonight. And Miss Donna, this is for you and Harper. We love you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get busy and do the step one. It tells me that on the wrong side of each C square, I need to draw a line from one corner to the opposing corner as shown. So I'm going to work on that first. So, Katie, you want to tell us about what fabrics you're using for this one tonight?
Yeah, hold on a second.
Okay. I'm still using my Moda Sweetfire Road, the wild meadow. I'm still using that one.
I'm still using the same colors as well, but I'm setting them up a little bit different than the other block was.
You're setting it up differently?
Yeah, the colors are not going in the same order as the other block. So this is the lavender purple color.
One of my favorite colors is purple. Is that your favorite color too?
Yeah.
Is it?
But I'm also really into warm colors. And the pink. Maroon.
That's pretty.
Yeah, I really like this maroon. I should have bought more of it.
Who's it by?
I have no idea. It's a boutique.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I gotta get a ruler.
This probably came from So Yeah, because I have some So Yeah, some Fat Quarter Shop, some Missouri. So I have no idea. Turquoise.
Beautiful.
And the background is still the same dark blue.
Okay. Awesome.
And so basically, on the pattern, I'm using background on A and C. I'm using the pink and the maroon for the hourglass. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm using the purple and the dark blue for the hourglass.
Okay.
And instead of having that negative space in the middle, I'm putting a pinwheel in the middle of it.
You're gonna put a pin? Oh.
Yep.
That's what's so cool about the patterns. One of my most favorite people, Becca from So Becca, she said, a pattern is like a recipe. It's, you can change it up to how you want it to be. And I just love that. So that would be one of these times where you are using this pattern as a recipe and you're going to change it up to how you want to change it up.
So the pink and the maroon are going to be the pinwheel.
That'll be pretty. This is going to be my middle. So I'm using some of the golden colors this time. I This is my first time putting.
Hey, that's a nice color.
Yeah, I like it. Of course, it's got the purples in it, and then the
Yeah.
colors that will be around it are is this. I've used this color already.
Are you using that one as the background?
Um, it's gonna be E.
Okay.
Yeah, because it'll be. This is my house. It'll be like that on all 4 of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's the one for that one. So then that's that, and then good night, Donna. Love you very much.
Take care of yourself, Donna.
And then B, which is gonna be the little triangles all the way around the block, is gonna be in this one. I don't think I've used no, I haven't used this one yet.
Oh, okay. Hey, that is that pink?
Yeah, it's like a fuchsia pink with light pink in it.
Oh,
And
it's
then
pretty. Nice color.
thanks! I didn't make it.
Oh,
This
well, you'll
one
probably use it on something else if you didn't. Oh, I
this
get what you
one
mean. Never mind. That just went over my head.
Yeah, I was trying to be funny. That's a funny story. I'll have to tell you about that. Y'all ready for a funny story? This one is gonna be the A, which is gonna be the ones that's gonna be in all 4 corners, will be A. So, my husband and I, we just have lots of fun together, and so, like, this week it was last night, uh, I was at work, and it had been a busy day, and I'm like, "I really just don't wanna cook," and he didn't wanna cook either, and I was like, "Alright, let's just go get something tonight. I'll bring it home." I said, "What do you want? You want Firehouse or Jimmy John's?" And he goes, "It doesn't matter. Whichever one you want. Your choice." So when I got out of work, I got in the car. I'm like, "Okay, where am I going? Am I going to Jimmy John's? Am I going to Firehouse?" I'm like, "Wait a minute. Which one has a drive-through?" Because I was so exhausted from the day. I was like, "Firehouse, I had to walk in. Jimmy John's, I could just order it and drive up to the window and go, 'I'm here. Let me have my food.'" So I got home and I was, getting everything ready. I had some chips at home, so we got the chips out and put it on the plate. And my husband looked at me and I looked at him and I said, it took me a really long time. I said, I had to go bake the bread and then I had to wait for it to cool. And then I had to, make sure I had sliced all the meat, but then I had to shred up the lettuce. I had to cut the tomatoes. I had to, go make the dressing that goes on your sandwich, and he just starts laughing. And I said, and then I had to make your sandwich. And it just so exhausting. Yeah, they're good, aren't they? And he went, "Yeah, you did such a good job." So it's just something funny that we like to do if we go pick up something, we'll be like, "Oh, if we get pizza, it took a really long time. I had to sit there and I had to knead the bread. I had to make the dough, and then I had to make the pizza, but I had to cut up all the toppings."
That's funny.
Just silly things that we do.
So, you guys, this weekend is Martha's birthday, so make sure you wish her a
Not
happy
this weekend.
birthday.
Not this weekend. It's on
Oh,
11th. It's on the 5th of November.
oh, okay.
It's not this weekend, right? What's today?
So,
No.
so you
Yeah, it's next weekend.
November the 4th?
5th on Sunday.
Oh, okay. Then I misunderstood.
Yeah, because you had sent me the information about the sew along, and I thought that was next weekend,
Yes.
not this
It's no,
weekend, next
yeah, it's
weekend.
not. You're right. It's not. Sorry.
Okay. It's okay. I was like, "Oh, no, did I mess up on it and read it wrong?" Now we're gonna take this one, and we're going to put them right sides together. I understand that, Amy. Have a good night. Enjoy your dinner and TV time with the hubby. Hubby time is very, very important. Enjoy.
Anyone going to the international quilt market that's coming up?
I don't know anything about that. What is that?
It's international. People come from all over the place for it, and it's
Where is
being
it?
held
Where's it
in
going to be?
Houston, Texas, I think.
Oh, okay.
But the reason I know, well, Ian's mentioned it a few times, but the young lady named Elena from the Netherlands is going to be showing her new um, fabric line that's through Benartex, and it's
She's going to
called
be showing what?
her new fabric line that's being hosted by Benartex. And guess what the name of it is? You're going to laugh when you hear it. It's called Robo Boogie. It's a super cute name.
That is
And
cute.
and I can't wait to see it out on the, it doesn't come out till in this, or it's not going to start being sold in any of the shops until April, I guess. But she's going to be showing it at the market.
Well, that's cool. You
Yeah.
said that and made me think of the song Bule Bule, Bule Bule. Who can name that song? Because
Isn't
I have
that a
no
country
idea.
music song?
I don't know. It just made me think of it when you said that. I think it's
Okay.
an old song.
I need to divide 3 3/4 into half. So that's going to be
All right.
one
Whose line is Robo Boogie again?
Sugary Doo through
Sugar Doo.
Benartex. Yeah, through Benartex. Oh, this is going to really confuse me.
Uh-oh. You
This
got
block
this.
needs to, this block needs to be 3 3/4. But since I'm making a pinwheel, I need to figure out how much on each side I need to trim it off. Your sewing machine sounds funny.
Well, I'm trying to do it slow because I want to be accurate.
It's weird how it sounds coming from the phone. So how do you divide a half of a quarter? So that would be like
An eighth, right?
So a quarter would have 4/8 in it, right? Or 2/8. 2 1/8, I mean.
Melissa says my machine sounds like a steam engine. Good
Yeah,
night, Susie.
it's a really a strange sound. It's not
You
loud
know
though.
what it might be too is my husband had gotten me a 6-foot long hefty table, and I was using it for my cutting area, and then to put some of my stuff on
All right,
as
who's the math guru
storage.
in here?
All right, we'll figure that out, and then I'll finish telling my story.
How do you divide 3 3/4 in half? I'm a good math. I can do math, but that's too complicated.
I guess that's a good sound. It's not
No, it's not a bad sound. It's just interesting sound.
well, I was making it go a little bit slower too.
Yeah, it's interesting sound.
It sounds better than a machine that needs to be cleaned. Has everybody cleaned their machines lately?
So oh my God, look at that, 1.875. There's no such thing as 875 on a ruler.
Yeah, you're asking someone who does not like math. So, I'm sorry, I can't answer that question.
Wait, I think I know what to do.
I do have to show y'all. Donna sent me a Harper Strong band for me to wear. So I have not taken it off since I got it in the mail yesterday. And it says Harper Strong. And it's, of course, it's in her favorite color. She loves purple and pink. And purple's my favorite color too. So I get to wear it on my arm. It'll stay on there as long as it doesn't break. And if you when you go to the Facebook page, there is a spot there where they are selling them, so that you can purchase one if you want to help support the family.
Well, I thought I did, but I don't. It's 1 7/8. Laura Lynn says 1 7/8 would be close.
Hi, Janine.
1 7/8. Six, 7. So that's right before the 2-inch line. Okay, I'll try doing it like that, and let's hope it works out.
Sounds good. You know, I don't have a name for my machine yet. Maybe it needs to be something to do with steam engines.
Mine does have a name. It's Janome. I don't name inanimate objects.
That's okay.
First time I heard somebody call their car a name, I'm like, wait, what?
I need to name mine the little machine that could.
Well, we used to call my first car was a 1967 Pontiac GTO, and the nickname for a GTO is Goat.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I
So,
didn't know that.
a lot of times I would call it my Goat. But it wasn't because it was giving it a name. It's just that's what a lot of people would call that GTO.
Yeah, I've not heard that before. I'm sure my husband knows that.
I stayed in trouble with that car. Every cop in Columbia County knew who I was, because I was all the time squealing tires, and I was having a good old time in it.
Y'all, Katy was a rebel.
Yeah, when it came to my car, I was. And there was this friend. There was this friend in the church. He had a Chevrolet. I think it was a Chevy. It's one of those sports Chevy cars. And he would come. He'd like dig at me at, my car's faster than your car. And I was like, I really don't think so. But every time he would push or goad me into proving it, I'd get caught by a cop. So needless to say, my dad's like, I'm gonna take that car away.
You're like, no, Dad, no. Hi, Mary. Welcome.
Okay, these hourglasses are supposed to be finished at 3.5.
Okay, because I'm not sure if I said hi to you. Hi. I don't think I've missed anybody.
Hi,
Saying
whoever
hello.
came in. I've kind of been over on the cutting board. Let's see if their block is current. Let me see what size this is at the moment, so I'll know how far I gotta cut it down.
What did everybody have for dinner tonight? My husband put a London broil. I saw it last night when I came home. He pulled it out of the freezer and was letting it defrost for a little bit. And I looked over at that. I was like, "Ooh, I know what we're having tomorrow night for dinner tonight." So he put it in the crock pot this morning and put all the good stuff in it, and then he made some homemade mashed potatoes and green beans. That's what I had for dinner tonight. It was so good.
You know what I used to do with London broil? I can't get my hands on London broil here. I used to marinate it in teriyaki sauce all night long, and
Ooh.
then I would fire up the grill the next day,
Mhm.
um, and I would grill it until it was medium rare, and you could tell when it's medium rare, and you can't leave it on longer than that because if you
Mhm.
do, it turns to cardboard.
I bet that was good.
Oh, my kids loved it. This young lady that used to babysit my kids, she says I run into her a couple times when I go home to see the kids, and she'll say, "I always remember you because you made the best London broil in town."
No, I like it when my husband will take the meat and he'll season it and do what he needs to do. It's all his special stuff, and then he'll put it on the smoker and let it
That
smoke.
sounds good.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, Mary had salmon cakes. Peg's had nothing for dinner. Peg's is my sister-in-law, and I think her and I need to have a chit chat if she's not having her dinner.
I haven't eaten dinner either.
Excuse me. It is really late over in your neck of the woods. Why
Yep,
didn't
I
you
haven't.
eat?
Because I didn't feel like it.
All
It's
right.
too much effort to cook for one person.
Yeah.
But of course, I'll probably make me some oatmeal later.
Oatmeal's good.
Yep, it'll take care of the need to eat.
Yeah. Get you something in your belly.
Yep.
That'll be good.
I,
Yes, that counts.
sometimes I just don't feel like eating when he's gone.
Yeah. It's hard when your husband is gone. I just don't. I know that that's just how it is, and that's how. But yeah.
Yep, it's the life of a sailor's wife.
Or a trucker's wife.
Yeah, same thing. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. And I tend to, the dogs mope for a couple weeks, and I mope along with them.
Aw.
Yesterday he called me and he says, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "No, why? You're too quiet." He hadn't seen me saying much on my Facebook,
he
and
was
they're going.
stalk. He was stalking you from afar.
Well, normally I am really active on it, but the past 2 or 3 days, I've commented on people's blocks and stuff, but outside of that, I
Yeah.
really haven't. I really
That's
haven't been
okay.
posting.
Good
Yeah.
night, Day. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's good to see you.
How did I decide to do it? Wait a minute. Oh, I just need to take 1/4 of an inch off each side.
You're working on block number 6 too, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm trimming down the hourglasses,
Okay.
or trying to anyhow.
Okay.
And there's this really bad glare on this ruler.
There's a what?
A glare on my ruler.
Uh-oh.
It bounces off the ruler onto my glasses.
Ooh.
It's probably, I'm not sure which lamp. I'm pretty sure it's the lamp I've got turned upward that's
Yeah.
causing the glare, because it's the only one that wasn't in here before, because my ring light died for some reason. I have no idea what happened to it. Came in here to turn it on and it wouldn't come on.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know what happened to it.
I wonder what happened to it, why it just did that.
I don't know.
Is it old?
No, I bought it last summer while I was in California.
Huh.
I don't know what happened, but something happened. Unless I had a power surge in here I didn't know about. But that shouldn't have took it out because the light was off.
Huh. Well, Janine's gonna head on out and say goodnight to everybody. She's been working on her long arm tonight. She's gonna pack up and head on home. Good night. Thank you so much for coming by.
Take it easy, Janine. How many people's watching?
It looks like we got about 15 in the chat right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And there was some huge updates for Harper today, so please make sure you go over there and check it out on Facebook, y'all, if y'all haven't seen anything yet.
So are you going to be around this weekend or y'all got plans?
Not sure what we're doing this weekend.
I have my live on Saturday.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. I just don't know what we're doing yet. So, because
I'm going to
usually the weekends are, our time to, really get some time together, because we just don't get it during the week. Because it seems like I have to come home from work and make dinner and eat dinner and watch a little bit of TV, and then it's off to bed and starting the day all over again.
I'm going to be showing you how to make that friendship star. Hopefully it'll go all right.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
All right. Let's see here. I just realized, oh no.
I wanted to go ahead and sew the middle piece together, so I'm going to go ahead and work on that next. I just love the pattern for this one. It's so pretty.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, when I was pulling out my fabrics and getting the fabrics ready, I almost pulled out some batiks and put this away, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
The batik pull was really hard to walk away from.
Yeah, you might as well continue with what you're using.
I know. And I was like, ooh, these batiks are so pretty.
Unless those batiks will go with what you're doing.
No.
Okay, so this block, when you put the square in a square, it's supposed to finish at 6.5. It sounds like you're it's interesting. I said I can't put my finger on what that sounds like. It's interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting. It sounds almost like if you were listening to a featherweight.
You're listening to the sounds of a baby lock verve.
Oh, I know, but it kind of sounds like a featherweight.
Huh. Well, I do have it on a little bit of a slower speed. Last time I had it on a faster speed.
So what's everybody working on tonight?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Or are you just chilling tonight?
I know sometimes that's what I'm doing if somebody's live and I'm just kind of chilling, watching the chat and just listening, and I don't always get to work on something.
We're going to find out if this turquoise looks good against this maroon and pink. Well, I know it'll
Oh,
look okay. I know it'll look fine against the pink. I'm not so
mhm.
sure about the maroon. We'll see when I get it sewn together on here.
Oh, I'm
The,
sure
the
it'll be
turquoise,
pretty.
the turquoise is going to be the making the square around it.
Peg says she's working on her mental health. That's very important.
Yes, it is.
Very, very important.
I learned something new this week about mental health I didn't know about when it comes to grief.
When it
Did you
comes
know
to what?
grief? Did you
Grief?
know that there's more than one type of grief? You have grief that you experience when somebody passes away, but there's also something called an ambiguous grief. And that grief is the type of where you've had a loss that hurts your heart,
Uh-huh.
that, something that meant a lot to you or something. I never even heard of it till recently. I didn't know that it's and usually when you suffer from ambiguous grief, it's because you didn't grieve the loss of it.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mary. Now I'm
Hey,
taking
Mary,
my
how you doing? Hi, Sheila. Uh-oh. I need to put that back.
Hi, Sheila, and this is Katy with the Greenland Quilter. I'm so glad that you stopped on to say hi. We are working on the Moda Blockheads number 5. Moda Blockheads number 5 means the 5th year that Moda has been doing this so long, and Katy invited me to do this with her this year. So what we're doing is we're working on block number 6 tonight, and that's this one here. Hopefully you can see it. And the ones that I have behind me are the ones that I've done so far. So this one here was the bonus block. They made it so that you could put it on the back of your quilt when you're all done, because this right here can be a spot where you can embroider your name or write your name in with a pen. And then these are the other blocks that I've gotten done. I'm missing 2 just because of life. And so that's what we're working on tonight. So we're working on block number 6 together. Katy is doing her batiks because that's her favorite, is the batiks, and then I'm using uh, some Moda fabric.
Moda makes batiks, but by the time I hear about the batiks, they're already sold out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Moda put out a really nice one this past year, or earlier this year, and
Yeah.
they were the I don't know her name, but she was making blocks out of it. And when I went to look for the fabric, you couldn't find it. It was nowhere to be found.
Oh, wow. Hi, Candace. Welcome. Pegs, I'm so sorry, hun.
Sheila says she's never done a blockhead so long.
I had not either until Katy invited me to do one. Because I knew what Moda was, but I certainly didn't know what a blockhead was.
I could have sworn I had their second book, but maybe I was wrong on that. I could only find the first one.
Oh, really?
Or maybe I just didn't get around to buying the second one. I don't know. But that love block that you've seen me using here and there is from Moda Blockheads 3, I think.
Okay.
I really like that one. It's a paper piece.
Yeah.
So it's really easy to make. I mean, you have to take your time, and there's like 4 sizes, and I like to make the second smallest one.
Oh, okay. Pegs, when you have a minute, send me y'all's address, please. Um, Sheila is saying that your quilt behind you is very pretty, Katie.
Thank you, Sheila. That's one of my finished quilts. I have 2 actual finished quilts. The other one's still in California because it hasn't been mailed home to me yet. Because I can't get a certain lazy young man off his butt.
Maybe he really likes the quilt, Katie, and can't give it up, Katie.
No, it's in a box. He better not have his mitts on it. It's my first PMQ. I took it with me
And
to have it quilted.
Sue says she's working on her 2-inch hourglass blocks and enjoying our company. And she said it's so good to see everyone. And Mary's like, that is tiny. I bet it's beautiful though.
What are you going to put your hourglasses in?
Me?
No, the person that's making the
Oh,
2-inch hourglasses.
whew, my iron is hot tonight. Whew.
I bought a new iron, but am I using it? No.
You'll use it when you're ready.
I wish I could bring home that Panasonic I won from my Stronger Together quilt top. But I guess I'm gonna have to find somebody to give it to.
Didn't you say that
Yeah.
you can't use it because of the
I need a certain kind of power adapter, and that's a expensive iron to be blowing up.
Oh, okay.
It's a Panasonic 360 cordless.
I don't know what that means except it's a iron.
Compliments of Fat Quarter Shop. So it's sitting in the mother-in-law's apartment closet.
Yeah.
Or I can only sell it, I guess, since it's not been used.
True, you could.
It's expensive. I don't think I'd get out of it what it's worth, though. Even though it hasn't been used.
Yeah.
Because people won't pay for something that's been taken out of the store.
Sometimes people will.
Or at least that's my experience with it. They're cutoffs. Gonna trim them for stickers in other blocks. Oh, that sounds like fun. That's what I like doing with all my leftover half square triangles and stuff. I like turning them into pinwheels or whatever I can turn into them, and then I have a bucket. I'll see if I can't find that bucket I'm talking about. And I keep all of the extras in that bucket. And one of these days, I'm going to start putting them into a very scrappy quilt.
I just love scrappy quilts. I think they're so much fun, and the reason why I think I like them so well is you're using fabrics that are from previous projects or quilts that, quilt
Yeah.
tops that you've made, and when you look at it, it brings back memories. I'm like, "Okay, I remember, what was I doing at that part of my life? Where was my daughter? What was my husband and I doing?" All these things, I don't know, they're just memories are attached to it. But I was able to, when I was doing the cleaning in here, I was able to put all of my scraps into one, what I would truly call scraps that are, like little squares or, you know, pieces this long, you know, nothing, probably nothing bigger than a layer cake size.
Y'all
I
want
got
to
it
see my
all in
bucket?
one. I got it all in one bag. I was so excited. Sheila wants to know where you live, Katy.
I live in Kagordok, Greenland. And basically, we live 60 degrees north, and we're south of the Arctic Circle. It's considered South Greenland, and we live on the most extreme tip of it. I've been living here. I've been living here for 12 years.
You want to tell them about what Becca challenged you to do?
Sure. I wasn't going to use your channel to do that.
Go for it.
So Becca threw down the gauntlet.
From Becca.
Yeah. She threw down the gauntlet during a VIP Zoom. So we were talking about legit kits, and she had made a polar bear. And is it like a little joke between us and her? Nikolai was going to trade his polar bear picture, have one made just for her, which he's still going to do, and she traded the quilt with him. And when we were laughing about it, cutting up about it, and then somebody asked me, well, why don't I buy the legit kit polar bear with the mother? And I made the comment that that's too expensive. I can't afford that. And it's very expensive. And about 5 minutes later, she says, I tell you what, if Katy can get to 1,000 by Christmas Day, I will buy her a legit kit. So right now I'm sitting at haven't looked in the past couple hours. Right now I'm at 931. So I'm slowly creeping up there to that 1,000 mark.
That's so exciting.
So since you brought the subject up, here's what I'm going to do. And there's been an additional thing added to it that just happened in the last couple of days.
Who added it?
You'll see in a minute when you hear it.
Okay, I'll hush and listen.
Yeah. So what I had said was when I hit 1,002, and I have posted a link on my community tab. You need to go fill out a form if you've already subscribed to my channel. Fill out the information. So here's what's going to happen. After I reach 1,002, I'm going to give everybody that hasn't filled out the form, that has subscribed to my channel, a chance to fill out the form. I don't want anybody left out. And 2 weeks after that, I'm going to go live, and I'm going to give away 4 $25 e-cards. And the winners have a choice of Fat Quarter Shop, Missouri Star, or Amazon. And that is actually on the form so that I don't have to come back and ask. I sent a message to Kim asking if it would be possible for her to donate one subscription box, like Classic Box or a Java Box.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, this is what she's going to do. One lucky winner, whoever's name I draw, is going to win a small full PMQ kit from the 2024 Tree of Life.
The whole kit and caboodle?
The whole small, it's a small, but the whole kit. That will be given as a gift to one person.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So y'all need to get them forms filled out, because whoever gets their name pulled, I'll probably pull what the plan is more than likely I will do the gift cards first, and then we will pull the bonus one out last.
Well, one, that is so generous of you to do that for your subscribers, but for Cotton Cuts to give a whole small PMQ, holy cow.
Yeah, I wasn't even expecting that. I just was hoping I could, have a donation of one subscription box, because that's around $40.
Yeah. Aw.
For her to come back and tell me, I tell you what, we will do this. I
Wow.
couldn't, I was wowing it like you are.
Pick up my jaw off the floor.
Yep.
Wow.
Look, you guys,
Cotton Cuts is an amazing company. Ooh, I really like that.
that's
So
going to
if
be the
y'all
center of the block.
so if y'all look at some of the blocks, like on Facebook and ones that have made theirs already, um, the the portion that's in the middle is just one, well,
Yeah,
like mine.
they call it
Look at
negative space, right?
Yeah. So see how mine is so different. Hold yours up, Katie. And that's going to just change the block so much. But that's what's so fun is you can change. Okay, no worries, Pegs. Tell him hi.
What do
There
y'all
he
think
is.
about the turquoise on the outside of it with that
I like
maroon?
it. I like it. It's like it to me it makes it pop.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I knew it would go with the pink. Okay, I wasn't so sure about the maroon.
Mary
Mary says,
loves
"Love
your
that."
pinwheel.
Yeah, thank you, Mary. I don't know what it is, but I just love pinwheels. I want to stick pinwheels on everything.
I love stars, so you're probably the same as how I love stars. You love pinwheels.
Yeah, I really do. I don't know. There's just something interesting about a pinwheel and how you make them, even though they're not that easy to make to begin with.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe it's the challenge, but I don't think I don't really think it's about the challenge. I just think I like the way they look. They
you
look
just
like a,
like it's
yeah,
aesthetically pleasing to your eyes.
yeah, you remember as a kid you had these little pinwheel things on a stick and
Yes.
the wind would turn it.
Yes. I
That's
loved
what they
those as a
remind me
kid.
of. It's something from my childhood, I think.
Yeah.
Or they remind me
That's
of a
a
windmill.
that's an excellent memory. I love that.
Yeah, because I used to have those. Used to get them every chance I had. Okay, now this is supposed to be 6.5 inches. Let's see how much I have to cut it down now. I'm right behind my phone. So if you need to ask anything, I'll be right here. Okay, let's see what size this block is first.
Does anybody have any questions for us tonight?
How can this be 6.5 when I'm seeing 6 inch on this? Maybe I read that wrong.
Uh-oh.
Because I used the correct size turquoise triangle, even though they overhang way over. Trim unit, just 6.5. I have a feeling it's because my pinwheel was not exactly.
Can y'all believe that October is almost done?
No, I risked away.
I know.
Our wedding anniversary.
Oh, y'all got married and right after Christmas?
We got he get us married.
Oh. Sheila, I have the Fat Quarter bundle. It's this one from Sweet Fire Road, Wild Meadow from Moda. All of this whoop, is the Fat Quarter bundle in this box here, and I've made the fourth. This is the fourth block, so I think you could use a fat quarter bundle to make it with some left over, I think. And on the pattern, you can do a 6-inch finished block, or you can do the 12 inch finished block. So some people don't like to make the big blocks like this, and they want to make a 6-inch, so you can do that as well. So I personally, I would think that you could use a fat quarter bundle. What do you think, Katie?
Yep. Probably would even oh, I don't know what to do about this man. I don't know what it is with me and these motor blockheads this go around.
Well, you
I'm
said
really
that they
having,
were a little bit more challenging this time, right?
yeah, they're more challenged than I'm used to seeing.
Tell us. Yes, Sweet Fire Road is always so pretty. She's got a Christmas one that's coming out, and every time I see it on Facebook, I'm just like, "Oh, that's so pretty. I want it." I can't think of the name of it, but it is just absolutely gorgeous. It's all about Christmas, and I love it. Um, oh, I forgot what I was going to say. It was a very busy day at work, and I just had a squirrel moment and completely forgot, lost my train of thought.
I still don't get why y'all use squirrel.
You want me to use chipmunk?
No, I wouldn't get it with that either.
Well, I don't know how to describe it.
Because normally when somebody gets off on the side or gets sidetracked, because that's what I call it,
Right.
or you get distracted and you get sidetracked. That's what I call it. But I've never heard it called squirrel moment. It's just a strange slang thing or analogy, I guess.
Yeah. Yes,
I bet I
Sheila.
would.
Once Upon a Christmas. That's the one.
I bet I would get some blank looks if I used that here. I've had a squirrel moment because they won't even know what a squirrel is unless they've watched a movie that shows squirrels.
Well, there's no squirrels. So, what animals, since you are from Florida and you are from the state side and you're there, what animals are not over there that we have here?
Uh, Everything.
Really?
Yeah, we have ravens here. Florida doesn't have ravens, and
Yeah.
these ravens are the biggest birds I think, or they creep me out. Actually, they're the biggest black bird I've ever seen in my life. And when they pass over you, you can hear the wind moving underneath their wings. They're so big.
Wow.
They're not as big as the Greenlandic eagle, but they're pretty big. A Greenlandic eagle will have when it's fully matured, will have a 2 meter wingspan on him.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So, is there a lot
So
of
the
wildlife
animal,
over there? Because you
the
said there's
animal,
not.
yeah. So the land animals that you might see, well, that you might see close to here, would be foxes, ravens, seabirds, different kinds of seabirds. There's all kinds of them, and several kinds of ducks.
Oh, okay.
But in order to see any other kinds of wildlife, like reindeer, Arctic hare, or rabbit, whichever you want to call it, an Arctic wolf, which is not even down here, it's way up north. Muskox is way up north. In order to see reindeer and Arctic hares, you have to go out in the middle of nowhere by boat.
Oh, wow.
And I guess reindeer don't swim across fjords to try to get, somewhere near a human settlement. And the muskox are generally more northern.
What are they?
They look like an ox with long woolly hair,
Oh, okay.
and they have horns on them that kind of like curl a little bit. They're
Oh, neat.
more they're more related to sheep than they are the ox. But the meat looks a lot like beef, and it tastes kind of like beef. but it's very expensive, so we rarely ever buy any.
Oh, wow.
It's because there's a quota on how many muskox can be harvested.
Oh, okay.
Well, guess what? The block that has the pinwheel on it is too small.
Oh, Mary wanted to know, are you doing yours 6-inch finished or 12-inch finished?
12-inch finished. But I could reduce these hourglasses to fit on here if I figure out how the math of it. Let me see how. Oh, I need a ruler. And just reduce the size of the block and use it on something else, I guess. I don't know. Or I just start again. Every time I think I'm going to get one of these blocks finished, I have an epic fail with it.
Aw. You know what?
Right.
Because I'm not the fastest sewer in the whole world, and I'll tell you that honestly. But I have found that using cotton cuts, doing the PMQs, it's really given me a lot more confidence in my sewing. And putting
Yeah,
my and I'm thankful for that.
it's when I start seeing, this particular block. Where did I get the paper? It says to make the center block 3 3/4. That teases me
What do you mean?
because the pinwheel had to be cut down to 3 3/4, and the
Oh,
only
okay.
way to do that is you're having to take so much off each side.
Yeah.
That was why I was asking about how much should I cut off each side. So that's probably where I messed up. Okay, I'm not going to get on. We'll try again. That's what I'll do.
And what I'm doing right now is I'm taking my half square triangles and I'm welcome back, Pegs. Well, I'll show you in just a second. Let me finish pressing them. Is anybody working on any projects for Christmas? Mary says, change it up, Katie. It's your quilt. You do what you want.
So if I reduce the hourglass size, would that fix it?
I do new.
I don't want to end up with a disaster totally.
Yeah, me too, Sheila. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do.
What are you talking about?
I was asking everybody if they were working on some Christmas projects.
I
Aw,
have a Christmas tree.
cool. I was gonna say, will he be home for the holidays?
I don't know if I'm sure. Last year I participated in the Christmas bazaar, and Nikolai had made with them like in a matter of
Oh, wow.
What they um
We
whole
had
bunch
a
of these.
question. Yeah, we had a question earlier. Did you tell everybody about the quilt that's behind you? Or did I
Um,
get sidetracked on that? Or did we get sidetracked? Okay.
um, I don't know if you can see. They're shipping straps. You know, they don't break.
Okay.
And these strap has omelet on it. Nikolai the TV or something, he stars out of them and brings them home to me to the Christmas bazaar. And
How cool is that?
yeah, it's just three-dimensional,
Huh.
and he leaves a long enough strap, so you just push it back, or you can cut it as long as strap to be and then hang it on the tree.
So what's the material made out of?
It's some vinyl stuff that they use for the strap. It's shipping straps.
But it's good enough that you can still, uh, you know, bend it.
Yeah, I mean it's really stiff. I have I'll look for them so I can share them with you guys. I have made the same star out of fabric, um, with I think I put fusible something inside of it to make it a little stiffer.
Mm-hmm.
But the points are not as sharp as they are on these plastic ones, but they're still pretty. Um, yeah, I will dig them out so you guys can see them. And also, I like to make a. It's called a Norwegian heart, and they make them during Christmas time. And I've learned how to make them by sewing them. And it's tedious and it's a lot of hard work. So I don't like to make too many of them at once. You know, maybe two or three of them at a time. Katie is glitching. Doesn't look like it. Did it glitch on your side, Martha?
I didn't hear any glitching on my side. I was waiting till you got done chit chatting so I could see if you were glitching again.
Yeah. Irish sale lady. She says she puts the shipping straps from her boxes that are delivered in the straps for her tote bag handles. Yeah, I mean they're very tough plastic straps.
Oh
You have
wow.
to cut. You can't just look, Martha. You couldn't just pull them apart. You have to use a sharp pair of scissors or a sharp knife to cut into it,
Oh wow.
or a boxing blade to cut them. Because when they put them on boxes, you know, for shipping, they have a machine that fuses the ends together where it can't come apart, and the only way to pull them apart is cut them.
We might have something like that over here
You
on the
do.
state side.
It's not exclusive to Greenland.
Yeah.
They're all over the world. I've seen them in the U.S. This just happens to have the name of his ship on it, and
Yeah.
we do have a couple stars that he made from the Kakatsiak, and he told me, he says, please don't take these off my Millennium. He has some Star Wars hanging up in our room, and they're
Mm-hmm.
hanging on those. He says don't swipe these because they have the Kakatsiak on it, the name of the Kakatsiak, and the Kakatsiak was sold 4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Because in 2025, Nikolai's crew and the other crew are going to be transferred onto the newest ship when they finally finish it, and it's just going to carry on the same name as the Agonolik. And I told Nikolai, I said I really think that they should change the name because the Agonolik is cursed.
Well, that's not good.
Well, when ships crash into you and COVID gets on board because of people's nonsense, and it happens back to back of everything else, the engine blew up. First, they got crashed into. Then the engine in the car, that powers, everything on the ship went bad. About 2 months after that, but 6 months before that, it was COVID on board because somebody left the ship when they were told not to.
Uh-oh. Good night, Beverly. Beverly saying good night to everyone.
Good night, Beverly. Thanks for coming.
Irisel lady, you're Linda, right? Did I remember that correctly? She says she puts her stripping straps from her boxes that are delivered in the straps for her tote bag handles.
I think that's a great idea to use those for that because they'll make them stronger and last longer.
Yep.
That's an outstanding idea, actually. Normally, he wouldn't even be bringing straps home, but he makes the stars right on board and brings them home. I guess
Cool.
when the roll runs, short or something, where there's not enough to strap a box with whatever might be left over. That's what he's using, is the leftovers.
Hello, Nancy.
I need to make this smaller. You know what I think I should do? I think I should just cut down the hourglass. I don't know. I don't know what to do now.
Trying to figure out why these are not matching up to this.
That center block was supposed to be 4. Wait, where's that? Hey, can you look on there and see what it's?
It should be a 6.5 inch block.
No, the center.
Yeah,
I mean
the center.
the empty space.
This here, it's a 6.5 inch. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about D. 4 3/4.
Yeah. We're doing great, Nancy. How are you doing? We're coming on tonight and doing our Moda Blockheads number 5. We're doing the block number 6. And we are doing this live in honor of Harper. Donna's by Handmade by Ying. Her granddaughter is having some really huge medical issues right now. So we're just wanting to do something in honor of her tonight. So that's what we're doing. And working on our blocks. Just wanted to show Donna, that we are thinking of her and her family.
I know what I'm going to do.
What?
You'll see.
Okay.
Because it won't take me as long to do it. And I'll just save that block for something else. It will get used. Do you hear Nora talking?
Yes, I heard her. Last time I didn't hear her, but this time I just heard her.
Yeah, the Zoom cuts out background noise, but the phone doesn't.
Yeah.
She's too funny.
She's talking to you. Nancy,
She
if
is.
you're
She's
on.
like, pay attention to me, Mom.
Yeah, Mom, you're ignoring me. Nancy, if you're on Facebook, there is a Facebook group. It's called Harper Strong. If you want to go on over there, she's got plenty of information over there, or even Donna on her YouTube channel. She can tell you, kind of clue you in as to what's going on. with
Okay.
little Miss Harper.
And what was the size of these that we were supposed to?
Yeah, I have to trim down these
4-inch.
blocks
Make new ones.
because
Have before you
mm-hmm.
triangle.
You're welcome, Nancy.
So she can't come in here.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna be like, "Excuse me, Mom."
She misses, so I'm the whatever. Hear that? She sounds like a child.
Oh, she is a child. She's your child.
I'm like, really?
She's like, "Yes, Mom."
Outside? Really, Nora? Everybody knows. Oh. She is and she's super.
The good ones are.
Let me get away with anything. And about a week before Nikolai hits the road, she's in bed with us. So when he leaves, she starts grieving for him being gone.
I'm sure.
Let's see if I can't get this done quick like. Can you hear my machine?
Yeah, it sounds like a sewing machine.
I'm not even running it wide open. It has like 1,800 stitches per whatever. And I'm like, why would anybody run their machine on that high of a speed? So I got it sitting like in the middle.
Well,
I don't know that I can take control of my fabric running it like that.
Yeah.
Even on a strip set. I'm always amazed when I watch Tiffany because that woman can sew fast.
Yes, she can.
And she keeps everything all straight and pretty, and you're like, I would already had a train wreck with it.
And if y'all wonder who she's talking about, Katie's talking about Tiffany with Tiffany's Quilting Life. She's amazing with her the quilts that she makes. She does a beautiful job.
She makes her own quilts out of her whatever she brainstorms to come up with, and as a pattern. I have one of her. Hang on, I'll show it to you. I'm going to move the camera for a minute, okay?
Okay.
This is one of her patterns that she made on the fly.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah, all I got to do is put the outer sashing on the top and the bottom, which is actually the sides of this quilt top, and then it'll be ready to put a sandwich on it.
Hi, Jane. Jane says hi, Katie.
Hi, Jane. I'll be around there in a minute. I'm cutting blocks. Somebody posted on my a comment on one of my videos.
Yeah.
She was telling me that she was taking care of her 98-year-old aunt
Mhm. That's
And she,
Gloria.
yeah,
Mhm.
along and her having her own personal health problems. I'm just like,
Yeah.
that is really amazing to be taking care of a woman that age, you know?
Yep.
Can't be easy.
No.
Human beings do the most amazing things, I think,
Hi,
when,
Jane.
when the need arises to do something, you know?
Yes. And that's why I wanted this live tonight to just be in honor of Harper. I've always had that, you can't change the whole world, but we can always do little things to help out in our own community, and sometimes just letting others know that we are thinking of them, and is just makes the world a difference.
I
Right?
understand the I understand the little girl's parents struggle because I struggled with my son. He uh
Yeah.
he would stop breathing all the time when he didn't sleep to begin with, but when he did sleep, he would stop breathing, and I would have to sit him up and tell him to breathe.
Wow.
And I kept uh, having this same discussion with the doctor. You know, you
Yeah.
got to do something. You got to do something. He needs to go see. And with as an asthmatic on top of it, it was a real problem. Because and then one more. So he ended up sleeping in my room, not in bed with me, but next to my bed. And I learned
Right.
not. And I learned how to catnap, not sleep. And one morning, when I heard a strange noise coming from him, I had to call an ambulance.
Oh my goodness.
And then the hospital, while they were trying to figure out what had happened, they hurt my son. And after that, they would have to strap him down to put a IV in his hand or arm or wherever. And come to find out, the pediatrician finally sent him to see an ears, nose, and throat doctor.
Okay.
And that ears, nose, and throat specialist did an MRI on my son. And you know what was causing him to stop breathing?
I have no idea.
His adenoids was blocking 75% of his airway. Now,
Wow.
can you imagine that airway being that small and being an asthmatic on top of it? That's
Wow.
why he never slept. And it caused secondary issues because of lack of oxygen to his brain. So um, he ended up with having a disability when it comes to reading and comprehending what he reads.
Yeah.
And he also ended up having, he only had the ADD end of it, or still does. Not the hyperactivity part of it, just the attention deficit part. So
Mhm.
whenever for like until he got into the ninth grade, he couldn't hardly function in a class of 30 kids.
Oh.
And when he got in ninth grade, he came home one day and he says, "Mom, I know you've been fighting with the school system trying to get me help, but if they don't do something soon, I'm going to quit school." And I asked him what was going on. He says, "The teachers won't make the students stop talking when they're talking, and I can't function with all that noise in there." And I
Oh.
got to talking to a friend who happened to be head of the special services for students with learning disabilities. And so they came and they tested Thomas, and um, we had a long discussion about all of his health stuff. And he qualified for something called Project Catch. And it's for students who are struggling in high school that are on the verge of quitting. And they're put into this special class where there's only 10 students in the class, and you do all of your work on a computer. And about 7 weeks after Thomas had been in there, I got a phone call from the teacher, and the teacher says, "Did you know that your son just went through 2 years of mathematics in 6 weeks?" Now, see, I knew he was mathematically inclined because
Mhm.
when he was in the second grade, he could tell you the square root all the way up to 100.
Oh, wow.
Second grade. Most
Wow.
second graders don't even know the first 10 square roots because it's not taught.
Right.
So he's
Wow.
always been good with numbers, and he's always been good with beating electronic or gaming, any game. Within
Mhm.
about 3 days, he will beat a game. So it's very expensive when your son does that kind of stuff. I'm doing good, Pat. How about you? Maybe my hands are shaking because I haven't eaten.
That might be it. We
Mhm.
are working on the Moto Blockheads number 5. We're working on block number 6, and that's the block.
That's
Hopefully you
probably
can see that. Maybe the ring light's not too bright on it, but it's by it's Celeste. It's by Lori Simpson of Meenick and Simpson.
I
So
really
that
like
one's
the fabric that company puts out, especially when you're trying, just make a their reds and their blues and their whites are like
yeah.
not bright. They're like not dimmed, but they're I don't know exactly how to put it. But they're not in your face, put it that way.
They're muted colors.
Yeah, they're muted a little bit. And when you
Okay,
put them all together and you use all the different colors that they have, it really makes a beautiful quilt.
cool. I don't. I'll have to take a look at that. I haven't. I
And I
haven't
also
seen
like
them.
Lisa Von Jean's primitive gathering fabrics. I'm not into I don't know why they title it Civil War stuff. It should be called something else besides that. But some of that I like, some of it I don't.
I know some people are into that. It's not really my cup of tea.
Kat says she can't hardly hear you, Martha.
Me? Me?
Yeah,
How about now?
maybe it's because I'm too loud.
No, you're not too loud. On my end, you're not.
I think we picked a good night to do this on.
Yes.
I think it's pretty good. I didn't see, and everybody can watch replays that couldn't make it.
Oh, yeah. That's what's so good is you can go back and watch the replays. Candace is working on her primitive gatherings autumn star flannel kit.
I haven't tried making anything with flannel yet.
I am naturally quiet, Pegs. That is true. My sister-in-law knows me very well. Um, I might can turn up the volume on my phone and see if that helps. Katie, can you hear me okay? How about everybody else?
I hear you just fine
Okay.
because I got my phone cranked up all the way up.
All right. I turned the volume up as high as it'll go on my phone. Maybe that'll help.
Uh-oh, somebody texted me. My phone started making this barking noise. I don't know how that happened.
Someone
First,
sent you a text. That's why.
yeah, but for a while there, I wasn't getting any sound when somebody
Huh.
would text me. And it was because I think I had turned something off because I got tired of hearing it go off in the middle of the night. Or when I finally did go to sleep, it would
Yeah.
wake me because I'm a light sleeper.
Yeah.
And I think I had turned some setting off. And then
Candace,
suddenly go Go ahead.
Candace says she's using flannel for the first time. She's only made a couple of quilts so far, but flannel is certainly much stretchier than quilting cotton. I haven't used flannel yet.
My design boards are made out of flannel.
Yeah. Oh, Jane asked earlier how long we guys are on. I'm sorry, I missed that earlier. You asked that question. Katie, what time did you want to stay on till tonight?
However long you want to, I'm fine with it.
Okay. In my mind, I was thinking maybe about till like 9:15 my time. I do need to do a couple of things before bed to prepare for tomorrow for work.
Okay. Just whatever's workable for you is fine by me.
Okay. So probably about 9:15 Central Time, Jan. So that's about another 45 minutes. Peg says Frankenstein is flannel. It's hard to work with because it stretches so easily.
What is Frankenstein? Is it a kind of fabric?
No, Peg, you have to tell everybody the story what Frankenstein is. Aw, Sheila, it was really nice to have you hang out with us for a bit. Happy sewing to you also.
Can you repeat what you just said?
Oh, Sheila says she's getting tired. She's gonna head on to bed.
Okay. Laura, don't get on my pedal.
We enjoyed you hanging out with us, Sheila. Take care.
Is Sheila on Eastern Standard Time?
I'm not sure.
I was surprised you were going to bed so early last night.
Yeah, I was really tired. The night before, we got into bed and I like laid there for 2 hours wide awake. I had a cup of coffee like a couple hours earlier. We were finishing up the coffee that we had. Normally, coffee doesn't do that to me, but I guess it did. And yeah, I had a hard time, and I think I only got maybe a couple hours sleep. So yesterday was not an easy day at work because I was like, I'm so tired. Like, why couldn't I sleep?
I haven't been able to sleep the last 2 or 3 nights.
Yeah.
So I've been sleeping during the daytime.
Oh boy.
And I think that's because he's gone.
Yeah,
and
that makes sense.
I go through this every time he leaves. I can't sleep at night.
Yeah. Well, hello, Pam. Let's see. The Empty Nest Quilter is here. Her name is Pam. She actually has her own YouTube channel also. She's a content creator. She does embroidery.
Oh, I was going to say I haven't heard of her.
You haven't heard of Pam?
No.
Pam, meet Katie. Katie, meet Pam.
Unless we met and I just didn't know the name of her channel. Hi, Pam. Before I forget, and you brought it up already.
Yeah.
The quilt behind me. That is a friendship star quilt. It took me about 3 yards to make it. I didn't use a pattern. I used 4.5 inch half square triangles and 4 inch squares in the middle that goes in the middle of it. And so on my next live, which is Saturday, we're going to be going through how to make it. I'll
Oh,
have some,
that'll be fun.
yeah, I'll have some blocks cut and sewn or cut and done for putting it because most people know how to make half square triangles. So I will already have my half square triangles made, and then I will walk everybody on how to set it up on a design board so that you can line everything up and not get, because I'm angle challenged. So I have to put it on a design board so that I don't turn a triangle the wrong way. Oh, it's my husband that, uh-oh. Oh, he's messaged me earlier than usual. Be right back, you guys. I need to see what's going on.
Okay.
I'm not leaving. I'm just going to see. Oh, he just sent me a heart. They're really having a good fishing tour this time.
That's good.
They have close to 400 tons in the cargo hold.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. And some of it's Japanese shrimp, so that means more money.
Are the Japanese shrimp bigger? I was trying to remember what you said the other
What
day.
it is,
I
it's
don't remember.
Northern Atlantic shrimp gets quite big. And they have a contract with Japan and Italy for the large size shrimps. And for Japan, they're Japan and Italy, they're not cooked. They are flash frozen as they come through, and they're put in. They're the ones that go to Japan are put in 1 kilo boxes, and then a case is 12 kilos. And for Italy, they're 2 kilo boxes, but I'm not sure what size a case of those are because we don't. When Nikolai sends some home, it's always the 1 kilo boxes because I like the smaller boxes because I like to make. Nora, get off my pedal! You're gonna make me have a catastrophe in a minute. What are you doing? She's up underneath my table doing something. Nora's dog, by the way. But anyway, they really hadn't been able to do a lot of Japanese shrimp over the last year or so because fishing's been kind of weird.
Yeah.
But things seem to be improving. And the other thing that's happening is the water is moving. Trying to think the best way to explain this. The water is warmer than it should be already, and it's slowly working. The warmth is slowly working its way further north. And while that's happening, all of the cold loving things that depend on the cooler weather to grow and thrive are also migrating further north. So now we have new wildlife on the West Coast we've never seen as far as in the ocean. So I'll explain. Mackerel is moving north, which is now being seen on Greenland's east coast. Sorry. Yellowfin tuna is following the mackerel because that's what they eat. And who wants to guess what's following the yellowtail tunas? Think big. Who wants to guess? Let's see
Bears?
somebody. No, I'm talking about in the ocean.
Oh.
It's a warm-blooded mammal, and it hunts tuna fish, or one of the things it hunts. No, shark is not a mammal. Shark is a fish. Mammal means warm-blooded, gives birth, live births, and nurses their young. Now I bet you know what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm gonna raise the white flag in defeat. I have no idea.
Orcas are now moving up the west coast of Greenland, which has never happened before.
Wow.
Because they're following food.
You gotta go where the food is.
Yep. Humpback whales hang around on the east coast around Disco Bay and Ilulissat near the big. There's a big the ice cap up there. Part of the ice cap hangs out over the water there, and it calves in skyscraper size kind. And krill can be found up underneath it when it's in the water, and that's what the whales come to eat. And to raise their young.
Peg's answered your question about what's Frankenstein. So let me read it to you.
Okay.
Um, Peg said it was a cold and blizzardly night. Don was on the road and Dad was in the hospital, having one of his usual heart attacks.
Oh.
Okay, that part's not good. To kill time waiting for news, my daughter and I ripped apart a bunch of flannel PJs, and then or PJ pants, and so Dawn built a quilt for Christmas. And they built Dawn a quilt for Christmas because I suck at sewing. It falls apart constantly and has to be sewn together again and again, and is now named Frankenstein.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Now I get it.
except for the heart attack part. That's a cute story. I really like that. And Jane
Yeah, that
wanted,
is it.
yeah, Jane wanted to ask you, did you know it was Becca's virtual retreat this weekend?
Yes, I know, and I will be there.
Okay. Hi, Marie. Welcome. We're sewing for Harper tonight. We're doing this in honor of her and Donna over on Handmade by Ying with Donna.
Actually, you know what? I think the weather's about to change here.
Oh,
I
really?
think
Like
I think that's why my lungs are giving me a hard time tonight.
your what's giving you a hard time?
My asthma.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's a little alarming because it's been giving me grief over the last 4 hours. I might have to use a machine tonight because I am very short of breath.
Do you need to go get something to eat?
I don't think eating had anything to do with it, or not eating.
Okay.
I've been wheezing a lot today. And usually, when I wheeze like that, the weather is going to change because part of my asthma is tied to environmental changes,
Okay.
which sucks because, for obvious reasons. But I've used my inhaler a little more than I should be.
Well, I think as long as you're not having to use it all the time, that you're okay, and it's just the environment changes and the weather
Yeah,
changes, hopefully.
I have a machine though that can get the medicine down in the lungs better. And if it continues like this, I'll just use it before I go to bed.
There you
Do
go.
the treatment, and then it'll open my lungs all the way up like it's supposed to be.
Right. Maybe tomorrow will be better then.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think it's things I eat, but I haven't eaten today, so I can't blame it on food.
Thank you, Jane. She says she's very proud of us working on our Moto Blockheads number 5.
Do I need to move the camera down a little more so they can see what I'm doing?
From my end, where I can actually see you. I can
I
see.
You can
I
see
don't
the
know.
sewing bed
What does everybody else think?
because I'm looking in the phone. Oh, you're right. It does show most of it. If I just
Mm-hmm.
go look at the other one, okay.
Pam had a question for you, Katie.
Yes, it does. It makes me feel like I'm going to suffocate. So whenever we get one of those big phone winds that come here, I don't go out in it anymore because it makes me feel like I can't breathe at all. And it comes from the north. It's the kind like it's hurricane strength. And it's like, I don't know, it's like somebody's put a pillow over my face.
That's not fun. Hmm.
Analogy I can give you on it.
Yeah.
And I discovered that if I take too hot a shower, that triggers it.
Hot showers trigger it?
Yep.
Huh.
And that's why I made the comment the other day that I think my iron also triggers it when I'm using steam.
Yeah, you said that. I remember that.
Because I'll be fine and then suddenly I can't breathe. And I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Mm-mm-mm.
I didn't know about the hot shower until after I moved over here. So I was probably triggering it in Florida without even knowing it,
Yeah.
especially in the winter months, because my asthma would be so bad in the winter months. And it's very humid in the winter months. And those cold fronts coming down, and I always thought it was just the cold front, but me taking hot showers must have been a problem too. I'm talking about extremely hot showers. Sometimes I don't know. I like it really hot.
It just feels good. A hot shower for most. Well,
It could, steam is an environmental thing, and I know that when I was younger, when we first moved to North Florida before we ended up in Lake City, we were in another town at the time. My mother would put a hot plate with water in my room, and she would put methylatum in it to try because she wasn't allowed to take me to the doctor for my asthma, and that was one of the ways she tried to keep it, from putting me in the hospital. But
right.
when I reached adulthood and I got pregnant when I was pregnant with my first child, which was my oldest daughter, I was 7 months pregnant with her, and we had an extremely cold. There was a big cold front that came through, and it was extremely cold outside, and it was wet, and I ended up in hospital because by the time my husband got home from work, I couldn't even talk. I had to write on a piece of paper, "You need to take me to the emergency room," because he had the only vehicle we would have, and I was crying by the time he got home, which makes asthma worse because I was scared that something was wrong with Lynette because she wasn't moving in my belly. And you don't breathe, your baby don't breathe.
Right. Oh
The
boy.
doctor told me that that my asthma it was so bad that they had that I was lucky that I hadn't had a stroke because it had driven my blood pressure through the roof.
Oh wow.
It was like 360 over 180 or something. They were
Yeah.
surprised I was even conscious. And it was because I've been struggling to breathe. I had been having trouble the night before with it, and the inhaler wasn't working. And but that's the first time I've had it where it was just that bad.
Oh.
And I've been hospitalized like 4 times with it since becoming an adult. Yeah, see, Laura says, "I've had asthma since I was 3, and high humidity and extreme cold seems to trigger mine. Fortunately, I live in Arizona, and it's pretty dry and warm most of the time." Now, see, here in Greenland, it's a dry cold. And the snow doesn't even seem to trigger it, but I noticed we've been getting more rain over the last 3 years, and I've noticed that my asthma's been acting out of nature since, because when I first moved here, it didn't hardly bother me at all. I could go out walking or whatever and not even have to take an inhaler with me. That's how good it was doing but now something's changed here. And I think it's because the weather here has changed for Greenland. See, we're almost at the tail end of October. We don't have any snow on the ground. And
And
our
you
lake
should.
is,
And you
yep,
should. Oh, wow.
yep. And the lake also is not frozen. The lake didn't freeze last year until or actually it didn't freeze until the third week in January of this year.
Oh,
And it
wow.
should have been frozen back in October of last year. So the weather here is definitely changing. Rain creates mold. Yep, it does. If it can't get out.
These blocks are quite challenging.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't think these are for beginners, to be honest. But it's worth trying, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. And I wonder if part of it just has to do with, they've been doing it for so long, so they wanna give, you know, this is the 5th one, so they wanna challenge you,
Yeah,
which
especially
is a
those
good thing.
especially those that like the challenge.
Right.
Be right back. I'm gonna see how far I need to turn this down. Six and a half. We finally got it at the size it needs to be. Good.
Yay.
All right. Now I just have to trim it down properly. So it should be 3 1/4 on each side from the center. Wait, let me make sure I don't mess this. Yeah, because it's supposed to be 6 and a half all the way around. Yeah, 3 1/4 from center to outside. The machine's so funny.
Toot toot.
It does sound like a featherweight to me. And the only reason I guess I think that is because I hear Ian's all the time.
'Cause you hear what?
Ian's off kilter
Oh,
crafter.
does he have
He
a featherweight?
has a featherweight. Yeah, he does.
Aw.
And he likes to sew on her sometimes. I forget what her name is, but the machine has a name. Okay.
About time you ate something, pigs. Thank you. Uh, Pat Boo says your light keeps dimming and coming back.
Whose light?
Huh?
Mine?
Yes.
What light is she talking about?
I'm not sure. The light that you have. I don't see anything. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Ian calls his machine Sylvia.
Oh, lights I'm using. All three of these lights use light out of my bedroom because my ring light died. So now I'm using a lamp light on another lamp that I got in here. You hear me breathing?
Yes.
Yeah, it's because my chest is sitting on it. Notice it sometimes when I make.
Yeah, I was using that at one point. I was using a microphone and I had it like right up here. And I was like, I did a video. It's just like, oh my gosh, that sounds terrible. I'm like, delete, delete. So now I don't use it. I have one, but tonight's the first night that everybody said that I'm a little bit lighter in sound.
I
Um,
think
Marie's got a free pattern. It's called Dart. It's a freebie that she started today. That's cool. I like
it's,
freebie patterns.
freebie's always something great to have.
Oh yeah. What were you gonna say, Katie?
I don't know. I don't remember now.
Do we need to go ahead and I mean we got 15 more minutes of sewing, but do we need to stop since your asthma's are
No,
you
don't. No,
okay
don't.
or
No. There's nothing I can do about it. Just
okay,
don't be alarmed. I just don't need people being alarmed. It'll be all
okay,
right. If I think it's going to get out of control, I know what to do.
okay. The mama and me comes out sometimes. I'm tired.
As long as I don't panic anyway. Panic will make it worse.
And it's us, so no panicking. It's
No,
just us.
I'm about to, the weather's about to change. We've been
Yeah.
warm and it's been dry outside. So it would not surprise me one bit. It's been warm enough that I can leave the dogs outside for a period of time.
Oh, you know they're loving that.
Yeah, till the neighbors come walking through our yard.
Why are the neighbors walking through your yard?
Because they walk through everybody's yard.
Oh, okay.
And if they're wearing black in the winter months and they come walking through the yard,
Yeah.
Coda goes a little bit crazy. I
All right.
think he thinks they're bad or something because they, it's like a shadow. I'm sure it looks like a shadow to a dog. And I've had to tell some of them not to come walking through our yard unless, because they're triggering Coda for barking. You should put your dog inside. I said I shouldn't have to put my dog inside.
Yeah. All right. Marie says it's a Robert Kaufman pattern. It's easy too. So y'all go look up that pattern called the Dart. I might can go see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah,
But
I was wondering
Pam
what
from
kind of
the Empty Nester has a message for you, Katie.
what.
Stay calm. The empty nest quilter is, or the empty nest is in the house.
Yeah, I'll try not to panic.
Pam is here.
It's
All
sometimes
is
I
good.
usually don't feel this tight of a chest, and it's tight tonight. I woke up that way though, so I knew I was probably going to have trouble today. And asthma's always worse at nighttime, but nobody seems to know why.
I'm looking up the pattern real quick. And
Okay.
see if
Yeah,
I
because
can.
I'm curious to know what it looks like. Yeah, funny you should say that, Paige. I don't drink coffee. Actually, I don't even have any coffee in the house right now. But when I went to see a friend in New Jersey, and I had to wake them up in the middle of the night. I didn't want to, and I sat at their door on the floor for a long time. And finally, I started knocking on it, and Tammy come out the door, and she seen me on the floor, and she's like, "Uh-oh," because she could hear me.
Is that the pattern?
They put me in their bed and started feeding me coffee and giving me nebulizer treatment because she was an asthmatic.
Aw.
Kept me out of the hospital because that costs money. I wish they would make asthmatic medicine free, just like for
Agreed.
people with insulin problems. You have no control over being born that way.
Right. So I think that's the pattern that she's talking about, the dart.
Oh, that looks
You'll have
like
to if that's
fun.
it, let me know.
Oh, that looks cool. So do
I
you use
like it.
strip sets? Do you use strip sets to make it? Because I have a
Okay.
couple.
Marie said that is the one.
Wow, that's pretty.
I like that.
That might be something to use a jelly roll for.
Let me see if I can.
Paige says because at night you are tired and your lungs have to work harder, causing bronchial spasms. Okay. One of the things my mother, when I was growing up, because I was born with it, and she used to teach me not to cough because coughing makes asthma worse. So I went from being that to a wheezer. So you can always tell when I'm having trouble because I sound, you can hear me because I make this wheezing noise. Oh, I hope I didn't just mess that up. I'll be right back. I'm going to cut something.
Okay. So I think that that's the link for y'all for the pattern. Hopefully that helps. But it looks like there's different ones. When I went to robertkaufman.com, there was a couple of different ones.
Does it call for strips?
I didn't look that far in.
Oh, okay. Might be a fun project to do with people.
Agreed.
Especially since it's free.
I love it when they're free.
Me too.
I'm like, free. I'm like, woohoo, it's free. All right, Katie, we got about 10 more minutes, okay?
Okay. I'm trying to go as fast as I can go.
This one's been a doozy.
It's not going to be finished, but that's okay.
Hello, Peggy Lynn, if we didn't say hi already.
What's going to happen is when I get all these blocks totally finished, I'm going to go on a, what do you call it? Where everybody sees them all at once.
A posting frenzy?
Yeah. Like, here's all these blocks y'all didn't get to see finished. Put them on my community.
That one there, it's still not done.
Yeah. That paper piece one, I still don't got that one done. Every time I look at it, I just shake my head.
Yeah, that one was not easy.
Nope.
What is the beautiful circle on your wall, Katy?
That's sitting in front of the quilt top?
That's your cotton cuts circle.
Yes, it is. It came off the top of one of Rosa's Your Way boxes. Hey, you guys, anybody buy one of the Rosa boxes for Christmas?
I didn't this year.
I bought one. And also, yeah, I also signed up and paid for one of those PMQ minis. So I'm gonna make a video about those.
Well, that'll be nice.
Yeah, I'll video it as I make them. And you guys need to stay tuned also, because I'll be doing video once a week for Sugary Doo Advent box, because she fixed her Advent box so that you can make a project as you're unopening the daily thing. So I'm going to do it every too stressful, just to have fun.
Right.
Something mature.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it is either. Doing a PMQ. You're not going to know what it is until you finish.
You can have an idea, but that's about it.
It's weird that because I'm using it right now. I guess I should stop using.
Okay. I got that little piece done. Got these done. I still need to square this one up. This one's taken a little bit longer. Last week's was easier to put together.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take a few minutes and kind of just look at the chat while we're finishing up, since we got about 5 more minutes.
Done?
Thanks, Peggy Lynn. No, I'm not done. I did not finish
You're
this
about
one.
to give me a heart attack here. I'm like,
No,
wait a minute.
no.
No fair. You cannot be done again. You outsew me every time.
No. I did not finish this one.
Shouldn't these hourglasses be matching each other?
Fallon from So Be It Quilt, she's got those the little rulers where you just turn it and it turns your fabric. I Google or oogle over those all the time, and I think those would really be nice. But the squaring up the
I just can't bring myself to spend more money on rulers when
I
I have
know.
sunk the bank into the Creative Grid ones.
Well, that makes sense though. You bought those. Those are not cheap.
No, they're not. And it's took me like 5 years to get a whole set of pretty good, decent set.
Mhm.
And now they got all these new rulers coming out. And I'm like, really? I just, my husband told me I could buy one of those stripology rulers because I like to cut strips, 2.5 inch strips from yardage. I really do. It's
Mhm.
kind of therapeutic, I guess. I don't know what it is, but I just like it. And he says, "Why don't you buy one of them? Because you can cut multiple at the same time." I'm like, "Yeah, but have you seen a person that roller? Okay, spend the $75. I don't care." I'm like, $75 is a lot for a ruler.
Oh yeah.
I mean, a lot to me, just like crazy.
Well, we got just a few more minutes, Katie. Um, I'm so glad that you all got to come on live tonight with us and hang out with us. Oh, they don't have measurements? I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah, they doesn't. They're just so you can trim them.
Ah, I didn't realize that.
And the other thing is if they did have measurement on it, see, you probably notice I have 2 Missouri Star rulers hanging up here. You know why I don't use them?
Hmm.
Because the green has a glare on it from my lights. I struggle with the regular rulers as it is, but it's worse with the green ones. And
Ah.
Marie says she's on the little train that could, Katie. I laugh out loud. Well, at least I get 2 sides on this center block. And then I got to trim down the other ones.
Hi, Miss June.
Hi, June.
Katie, you know what I have a hard time doing?
What?
I have a hard time saying we need to say goodnight.
It's because we're sewing.
Maybe
I
that's
think,
because maybe that's because I'm from the South and I live in the South. Like when I go to visit my parents,
uh-huh.
we'll be saying bye and then 30 minutes later, bye.
Bye again.
An
And then
hour
30 minutes
later,
later, bye
bye.
again. Yep. I
Maybe it's a
remember
southern
them
thing.
days. It's like you said bye 10 times before you ever finally drive off.
And I love that, but it just I was like, maybe that explains it. Maybe that's why I'm having a hard time getting off the live tonight.
This one's weird. Wait, these are not lined up.
Uh-oh.
Look, you see that?
Oh, yeah, I'm having a hard time lining mine up too.
What in the world?
Yeah.
I know it
It's
is.
not
I didn't sew them in properly.
yeah, it's a
I
little uh-oh. Katie's grunting.
hate when something's that far off. That means that I did something incorrect.
Yeah,
Or it
I
could
know.
be that these hourglasses are just, I don't know, something. Because it told you to trim down. Did you see that direction about them? And maybe when you trim down, that messes them up.
You know what? You're right.
Because
Everything was perfectly fine
until
until
you
I
trim
had
it.
to trim it down. And I
Yep.
think that you have to trim it down because of the way that you're making them. Maybe it ca- calls for more room for error. So at the very end, then you have to trim them down. But you're having to trim them down a is it a whole inch? I think
So like
right.
yeah, like a quarter on each side or something.
Yeah.
And I think
I
that's
think it's like
messing this
a
up.
whole all total, it's a whole inch. Yeah.
Too small of a seam. Is that what that said? Because it's hiding underneath that skirt.
Too small of a seam. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Marie.
I think I should have picked something easier for us to make.
Hey, what's that phrase? Go big or go home?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe this applies to this situation.
She just said one of them just dimmed and flickered. I wonder which one's doing it.
Well, see, I'm watching you from my iPad, which is a delay in it, and it's closer to me, so I don't see it. You're in front of me on my phone, so I
So
can't
the
really see
question
it
of the
from
day
there.
is maybe it's the light that's up behind my laptop that keeps flickering.
Maybe.
I'm not noticing it because I can't look at the lights without causing a
Yeah.
problem. I discovered that ring light was triggering oral migraines. What you think about
Uh,
that one?
yeah. Craft On and so forth wants to know, did you get your our box from her yet?
Where do you see that at? Oh, can you tell me what your name is, please? I'm really terrible with names still. If it was sent to California, yes, it's been got there, and I thought I had already said my left side right here, right up high or down low, because there is a light up above my laptop. Yes, Pam, it got there to California. I thought I had sent you a message letting you know that it got there. It just hasn't been sent to me yet. That was why the little comment I made earlier today, right after we started the live about lazy children. Uh-oh. Where did my... That was
Well,
weird.
I'm gonna put mine down now. I'm done for now.
Maybe there's something wrong with my surge protector. Because everything's
Could be.
plugged into it, including my sewing machine. No, wait, my sewing machine's on a different one. Y'all, this house is very strange. You know, us Americans are really spoiled by how houses are built. You know, built-in closets, plugs everywhere that doesn't stick out from the wall, lights up above your head, bang up good lights in your kitchen. This house has two problems. No, three. It doesn't have a closet anywhere to be seen.
No closet at all.
No closets.
Oh wow. Thank
Uh-oh.
you, Pam.
I just played chicken with the I didn't even notice it was getting low.
Oh.
I ran out of bobbin. But anyway, uh the plugs are all in the weirdest places. They stick out from the wall. Um the lighting in this whole house is just bad. That's why I have free lights around my sewing area because I have trouble seeing. And we've talked to an electrician about him coming over here and putting in some LED lights. Plus, I need lights. We need a motion light on the outside of the back door and over our fuel tank because we think somebody's been stealing our fuel.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Hey, people
Oh,
can afford something, they'll go do what they have to.
I know. Okay. Goodness.
I mean, I don't like it. It cost us money, but
Yeah.
you know, people go to extremes because they have no help or no choice. And our fuel tank sits where we can't even see it from any window in our house. So it's in a really weird spot. So We've been talking to an electrician about putting a motion light out there. Plus, we want to find the right kind of camera that can stand up to north wind, that wind that comes that I told you, that phone
Yeah.
wind,
Yeah.
because the tank is sitting on that side of the house. And it's got to be able to handle excruciating cold plus the wind.
Yeah.
But if we put a camera around there, we might get to the bottom of who's doing it
Yeah.
and find out why they think it's okay to come over here and do it. I would rather they come and ask me for money than to steal my fuel. The fuel's not cheap. And we're getting close to, well, I'm thinking once we replace our tank, it's going to be harder for them to siphon out of it anyway, because it's
Well, that's good.
the new tank's going to have some kind of locking mechanism on it that only the fuel people who come put fuel in the tank can
Yeah.
use. And that will definitely help, because anytime now I should be hearing from the company that's going to replace our boiler and our tank.
Hopefully that'll be sooner than later.
Yeah, I hope it'll be now, like in the next 2 or 3 weeks, because when winter gets here, it's not a good idea, because I don't want them turning my house into Siberia.
No.
Because once the downside to all of this switching around stuff is because we have heated flooring. When you don't have heated water going through there, they can actually freeze up.
Mm. That's not good.
Put an electric fence close to it. Hey, that's a great idea, actually. Let's zap them a few times. When the pandemic started, and then we got out of being locked down and everything, I think it created a new kind of problem. And I think the problem is we got some angry young people in our town. I don't know what they're angry about, but they're angry. And I kind of can understand it, because I don't want to go out in the public, because I don't want to catch COVID. But there's been an epidemic of the local grocery stores and other businesses' windows being broken.
Oh.
Yeah. Like the little grocery store that I can walk to, it's like the size of a convenience store.
Yeah.
In the last 2 years, the window's been broken at least 10 times. And there's nothing going missing out of the store from what I hear. They're not stealing. They're just breaking the windows.
Huh.
So I'm assuming somebody's really angry. And that's how they're, and it's probably some of these kids, the sad thing is Greenland has 2 social issues. One of them is drinking. And the other one is the S word. It did it when she wasn't moving. Oh, I see the dimming now. It just did it. It's the smart light doing that. Huh.
Hi, Yvonne. Welcome.
So what to do about this odd ball of a hourglass? I wonder if I took it apart and turned the other sides together, that would fix it. Okay, look, you guys. At least I got this side done. Yeah, it's this smart light. So I don't know. Maybe I need to download this app on my phone and figure out what's wrong with it. I'm pretty sure it's that one. Maybe this lamp is the problem. Maybe that's what made my ring light go out. We are sewing Moda Blockheads 5 block 6. Yeah. I don't believe in ghosts. Look at yours.
That looks very pretty.
But show me yours again.
Oh, I had already put it in my. See, I still need to trim down this one here. I haven't trimmed that one down to 6.5 yet. And then,
hey, that looks good. Square and a square
thank
looks
you.
good with that one. I like the way you put the light on the outside of that. That looks nice.
Well, I was trying to showcase it. One of y'all said this looks like candy, and I agree. It looks like candy.
It does look like candy.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I think it'll
too
be really
funny.
pretty. It'll really
That's
be
a
pretty
nice
put together.
background.
Those are the other blocks that are behind me, Yvonne. This one here is the bonus block. If you go to moda.com or if you go to their Facebook group, Moda Blockheads, you can actually get all the patterns downloaded for free. It's completely for free. It doesn't cost you anything to download them. You can either save them on your computer so you don't have to print them, and that'll save ink and paper, or you can print them out. But they're either 1-page or 2-page patterns. So that's the first one. I did this one different because that was the first one that we did. It's supposed to be a bonus block. If you wanted to notate on your pattern when you did this part here is supposed to be a block where you can write something in, kind of like a label. You can put it on the back. And then this was.
Go ahead.
The first block, I believe.
Yeah, the one with the
foundation paper piecing.
Yeah, I think so.
No, actually, block number 1 we didn't get to do. Block number 1 and block number 2 we did not get to do. It was block number 3. So this one's block number 3. So 1 and 2 are missing. This one's 3. This one is part of 4 because I'm not done with that one yet. Last week we did the super scrappy star, which is no. I'm getting all tongue-tied.
Yeah, Patton Page.
This one is 5.
Yeah, go ahead, sweetie. 5. I'm sorry.
It's okay. This one is 5. And then the one we're working on tonight is 6.
So to comment on Paige and Pat's comment, my husband believes in them, but I don't. And I really don't need that kind of frightening thing to be going on in my house either. I believe there's demons out there and all that kind of stuff, but you know.
Yes, you still can get the patterns for block 1 and 2. You can still get them. They're all on there. So
can you
go to the Facebook group, you can go to the files and you can find them all there.
You can also go to moda.com, and in one of the menus it says Moda Blockheads, and click on that. Hang on, let me see if I can. I probably won't be able to paste it in your channel though, because I'm not a mod in your channel. But let me go look for it.
Okay.
Let's see. Because I can, if you want, I can send you the link into your messenger. Would that work?
Oh, the messenger's on the phone, and that one's way over there. I don't have messenger on my iPad. So you're
Oh,
talking about motive.com, right? Is that what?
yeah, but all of them will be listed there also.
Hold on.
Okay, if you go to, and y'all can write this down. Okay. You don't have Martha?
Not on here. Yes, but my phone is over there. I don't
Somebody
have
just
every.
shared it. Okay, there it is.
So there's the page for you.
You'll find week on a Friday. You'll find the newest one uploaded. They send them in the Facebook group on Wednesday, and on Fridays they're up. So if you don't have a Facebook account, the best place to go, because I know some people don't use Facebook.
Well, on that note, Katie, it is 9:30, hun.
Okay, whenever you're ready, we will go.
Well, I'm not ready, but I have to be an adult and I have to get ready for work tomorrow. And there's a couple things I have to get ready for tomorrow tonight before I go to bed. I don't
Okay,
want to
well,
do them.
before
I'd
we
rather
take off,
stand here and sew.
okay, well, before
Go
we
ahead.
take off, don't forget to come watch me on my live on Saturday. It starts at 7 Greenland time, which is
4 p.m. Central, right?
yeah.
Because you're 3 hours right now. You're 3 hours ahead of me.
Yeah, I don't know what you and I are going to do when y'all fall back. We're going to
I
have
don't
trouble.
know.
We are going to have trouble because it'll be pushing me past midnight. I might just have to sew past midnight. Nothing I'm going to do about it because
Well,
we're not going to fall back.
you are a
We're
night
not going to
owl,
fall
though.
back like everybody else.
Yeah.
Greenland's no longer going to do a time change.
All right. Well, as every true Southern woman says,
Yavane, who are you saying has been freezing?
I think you,
They're saying my phone is freezing?
because it says you're on the right. I don't know. I haven't noticed any freezing.
Me neither. My
Yeah.
phone's been running just fine. Anyway, thank you for coming, guys.
We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us so we could get our block number 6 done. Next week, we will be doing same time, right, Katie? Same
Yep.
time?
Oh, it'll be
On
on my channel instead.
Right, it's gonna be over on your channel, next week. We just like to do that to flip-flop because this and hopefully it's not too confusing, but it just helps both of us because this is a collab for us together. So we wanna be able to share the love and all that stuff. So next week, it'll be over on Katie's channel. If you're on Central Time, it'll be 7 p.m. Central. Um, and just look for
Mhm.
the notification on Katie's channel. So, thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for letting us have this live in honor of Harper,
My name is
handmade by
Katie Yavane.
handmade by Ying with Donna. This just was an honor for her. So we thank you all for being here to give her lots of love. And what'd you say, Katie?
She says, yes, the girl that said she doesn't believe in ghosts.
Oh, okay.
So I guess they're saying that my phone is glitching.
Oh, okay. I
Okay.
haven't noticed, but I was sewing. All right,
No,
everyone.
I'll rewatch the video and see if it actually is something happening during the live or it's just what's happening.
Well, we all know the internet world and all that sometimes can be a little glitchy sometimes. So, no worries.
Okay.
I know you'll get down to the bottom of it. You're a detective. You'll get down to the bottom of it and find out what it is.
Yeah, figure it out.
All right. Well, everyone, have a wonderful night. We'll see you next week. Y'all take care. Go see
Yeah.
Katie on Saturday. All right. Take care. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.